Hey fellow World of Warcraft fans, welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today, more content from patch 12.0 has been unlocked, namely the Turbulent Timeways. We'll take another look at what there is to do during this event, what cool rewards you can get, and we'll see what's next. The best way is to level up as quickly as possible, because starting today you can get up to over 70% bonus XP. That's pretty awesome. Alright, let's get started if you want. I would really appreciate it. I'm doing all of this here in my, private time after work or before work, whenever it fits. And right now we're in an acute WoW summer slump, not just for me, but for pretty much all WoW channels. With every like, subscription, comment, whatever, you support me and make sure I can keep offering these videos. So I would really appreciate it. Subscribe and let's get started. First, start the event. It begins on July 1st, which is today, and lasts for 6 weeks, starting from the 12th. It's over on August 12th, and most likely patch 12.1 will also be released on that day. That means you have 6 weeks to level up faster, earn the rewards, and so on and so forth. Every week there will be a new time walking event, starting with Dragonflight. You sign up for it here through the Dungeon Finder. Then you find Dragonflight here, time walking, so everything as usual. And as I said, it starts with World of Warcraft Dragonflight. There we have 6 dungeons: the Academy, Halls of Infusion. We have Neltharis, Ruby Life Pools, Azure Vault, and Brackenhide Hollow. So Brackenhide Hollow. Assault of the Nokud, Uldaman, and Dawn of the Infinite are not included. Every week there's a quest here from the NPCs. They require you to complete 5 time-walking dungeons or kill bosses from the raid. And for that you get a piece of gear with heroic item level every week. The special thing is these come from the raids. And if you're really lucky, you'll get a Sporeful item, which has item level 285. So with a lot of luck, you can get items at item level 285 for 6 weeks in a row. That's relatively unlikely, but the possibility definitely exists. After that, the whole thing just keeps rotating. We also have Classic, among other things, etc. And in the last week, there's Dragonflight Time Walking again from the 5th to the 12th. Why that's interesting, we'll get to in a moment. Because there are new items at the Dragonflight Time Walking vendors that you can only buy from these 2 vendors. So you can only get them during those 2 weeks. Of course, there will be Dragonflight Time Walking again later. Then you can get the items again. However, that will take quite a while. We see that in September we have Cataclysm. Here in November is Legion. And then we see here in January it comes back again. So that's 6 months of waiting time if you're not careful. Otherwise, there are cool new mounts to earn from it. We have a new snail, the Hot Liquid Magma Slug. You can see it here. It costs 5,000 time warped badges. It's available from the vendor Zaidan in Valdraken. And that's the one you can only buy from the Time Walk vendor in the first and last week. 5,000 time warped badges, just like the Black Furred one. Bakar, a dog mount which isn't available very often otherwise. This model only exists 3 times. So if you want to get this, with this one being available 3 times, then hurry up. It really looks very, very cute. A total of 10,000 that you have to shell out for it. Otherwise, there are also toys. We have, among others, the Photo Finisher. Here, it's called Photo Shutter. There's a new horn. Ash covered horn. That's this one here. No, here. Ashes of the Horn of the Fallen Guardian. That's it. So 1,750 of the time distorted badges. There's a pad, a small shadow flame, and then for me the coolest thing, this ensemble here. Which makes you look like a druid of the flame. That's this set. I think it's really awesome. You can only get that from the Time Walking vendor from Dragonflight, and in the end it will cost you 4,000 time warped badges. So if you want that, yeah, you'll have to dig a little deeper into your pockets. Otherwise, we also have a new mount, the Brood of Wura Viranoth. That's this thing here, and you can get it through the Achievement Master of the Turbulent Timeways 5. I've explained this several times already. During this event, when you complete a time-walking dungeon, you get a buff. At first, it gives you 10, 15, 20 more XP. And when you've completed 4 time-walking dungeons, this buff changes into the Master of the Turbulent Timeways. You need to have this buff for 4 weeks after that, you get this mount here. It looks super cool. I definitely want to have it. And here's a little tip on how to make it easier. Get the buff on one character, so after 4 dungeons, and then just make sure it doesn't expire. So, for example, it's a good idea to get the buff on characters that you might not play very actively. Then just log in again every Wednesday. And then you just need to do 1 time walking dungeon to renew the buff. And that still counts for the achievement, so keep at it. This mount will probably be available for purchase again at future events, for now until the next Turbulent Timeways event. Then probably in 12.1, the mount will only be available here through the achievement, and last but not least, we have the topic of XP. The Master of Turbulent Timeways gives you a total of 30 more XP. The whole thing stacks up. With your Warband XP buff, you get 25 more. That puts you at 55. You can keep stacking it further. By activating War Mode here, you get, for example, 15 more XP. That would put us at 70. Then, from level 1 to 49, there's also a little potion from Battle for Azeroth that gives you more XP, and so on and so forth, so theoretically. If you also include the Darkmoon Fair, you can easily stack up to 80 more XP. In certain level ranges, even up to 90 more with this potion, that is. But just for what we're talking about here. During the Darkmoon Fair, that's 10%, 55 with my Warband buffs, and Turbulent Timeways. That brings us to 65. And then you turn on War Mode. 80% more XP, that's pretty juicy. And we'll make some extra videos about leveling. I'll also test out how fast leveling goes. I definitely want to play my Shaman. But what I can already say is, log in. Let that rested bonus build up. So you get 150% more XP there, and then just go for time-walking dungeons. There are faster methods, but that's pretty easy to do. Yeah, so thanks a lot for watching. I wish you a lot of fun today with the Turbulent Timeways. See you in the next video. Have a good time, and take care.